If you had to get a client in the next 24 to 48 hours, what would you do? And I'm not talking about going into your CRM and digging into your old leads. I'm talking about finding a brand new client to work with. Well, today we're going to take that challenge on and I'm going to share with you very effective ways to generate some buyer leads quickly. Hey, it's Jaime with JaimeResendiz.com, where we have one of the fastest growing and largest real estate agent communities worldwide. Now, before we move forward, we need to recognize one thing. The urgency that we as real estate professionals need to operate in cannot be overstated. We need to be of the continued mindset that we need to find a client to work with. We need to find somebody to place under contract. All right, so now let's begin. And the very first strategy that I want to share with you is Meta Marketplace. Meta continues to be a remarkable place for you to generate some buyer leads. It's an incredible way for you to get a listing out there and have those people that are interested in purchasing a property reach out, regardless if they are in your network or you're in their network. You have access to thousands of people that you could potentially work with. Now, if this is the first time that you're hearing about Marketplace being a lead generation source, then I'm going to invite you to check out this video right here, where I detail every single step that you need to take in order to make Marketplace effective for you. Now, the second strategy that you'll use to generate some buyer leads very quickly is by actually texting your sphere of influence. And the text is very simple, and I will admit it's a bit straightforward, but let's face it, we need to get a client quickly. So we don't have any time to delay. And the text reads like this: do you know anyone considering buying in the next 90 days or so? Now, again, I fully recognize that this text is pretty straightforward. It is pretty in your face. However, how we soften that text is by sending a video along with the text. And that video serves multiple purposes. Number one, it's gonna allow you to soften that text up just a little bit. Number two, it's gonna allow you to communicate with your sphere in a different way. And number three, it's gonna guarantee that your message at least gets open. And the video doesn't need to be anything elaborate. On the contrary, you want it to be as organic and authentic as possible. And the video can look like this: hey, it's Jaime. I just opened up 2 more client openings and I immediately thought of you. Do you know anybody looking to buy in the next 60 to 90 days? Just keep it simple. Again, it doesn't need to be elaborate. Now, the third strategy to generate some buyer leads is open houses. Yes, they still work. So whether you have a listing coming up or somebody in your brokerage has a listing coming up, make sure that you're doing open houses as quickly as possible and as often as possible. They're still working. They'll still drive a ton of buyer leads to you. And the fourth strategy is working with pay at closing companies. The companies like OpCity, like HomeLight, like UpNest, those are the companies that will allow you to pay them a referral fee as soon as the client lead closes. So if you're really struggling to generate some leads for yourself, then work with these companies because they'll give you these leads and allow you the opportunity to close them. But that's the thing, you have to work to close them. These are going to be leads that some of them are going to be warmer than others. Some of them are going to be cold, cold, cold as ice. But at the end of the day, you need to put your own effort, your own talents into play so you can actually convert these leads. So I'll go ahead and say it. If a common phrase that you use whenever you're working with companies that give you leads is "the leads all suck," I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and not even try this option, because chances are that you're going to have the same excuse for these types of leads. Now, I'm also not saying that these pay at close companies are perfect. What I am saying is that they at least give you an opportunity of closing a lead. And the fifth strategy is Craigslist. Craigslist continues to be one of the most popular websites online today. People of all types of buyer needs are still flocking to Craigslist. There's still hundreds of posts that they're going through every single week to find that perfect home. So if you're that agent that's placing these homes on Craigslist, those leads are going to keep coming to you. And the sixth strategy is Meta Ads. Meta Ads continue to work on autopilot. It's a great way for you to gain exposure and instantly generate some leads into your CRM. So if you're one of the many agents that gave up on Meta Ads because they don't work, I ask that you reconsider, because they absolutely do. So if you're looking for how to actually launch these Meta Ads, I'll link up a video right here where I go into a full tutorial on how to launch the ads. Now, if you're looking for the easy button where the ad copy, the targeting, the everything is already done for you, and with a few clicks of a button, you're launching an ad, then I ask that you consider agently. Now for the 7th strategy, I'll be honest with you, it's not one that's going to work in the next 24 to 48 hours. In fact, it's not going to be one that works in that same week, and oftentimes not even that same month, and that's YouTube. But the reason that I include it here is because YouTube will pay you dividends next month, the month after that, the year after that, and so on and so forth. You have to be on YouTube at this point. I'll give you Franco as an example, who started on YouTube last year, and within a span of 365 days, he amassed over 2 million views on his YouTube channel and over 20,000 subscribers. And that has translated to over 20 booked appointments every single week. And that's all from YouTube. It's absolutely free, and he continues to build momentum. He continues to build his business. So while yes, YouTube will not generate business for you in 24 hours, after it gets going, it will be working for you 24/7. Now, if you want more videos like this, then let me know in the comment section down below. And also don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.